trying to tell y'all, man, these people are heartless. These people on the left are heartless. And what's happening with the victims of these hurricanes, these recent hurricane situations, and the lack of aid and support that they're receiving from the government, more specifically from the Biden-Harris administration, is really disappointing. Now, this North Carolina man who lost his home has offered his warehouse to FEMA, and now they are evicting him. Check this story out.
I look tired. That's because I am. I've been volunteering with the distribution of food and supplies with FEMA here luckily at the same building where the portal is, my business. On Friday, I found out companies have been sending these products that are not going to be distributed to the public because they don't meet certain health requirements. And they're going to store them in Suite 1400, the big room, which is where I have events and a big portion of my business model. For the next 90 days, they have to store all these hazardous food products, basically pallets and pallets of prime. Can't make this shit up. So that's a big hit. I'm like, okay, no events for 90 days. I can work with that. I still have other spaces. I still have this room, gallery hall, as well as another room on the other side of that wall. And then back here I have my office, which I call the utility room, because it was a utility room, and out here, the courtyard. Finally getting cleaned up. It's a big mess out here. But I just got a phone call today saying they need the courtyard to put 2 dumpsters in it. I said, okay. For how long? And they said, well, and why won't you put the dumpsters in the back with all the other dumpsters? Basically, and yeah, I can't make this shit up. Basically, they said, well, we don't want the dumpsters to be seen by people driving by or whatever. As a matter of fact, we just emailed you your lease termination paperwork. So you're telling me that FEMA and National Guard have just commandeered my space while I'm looking for a new place to live, volunteer, and still work to get some income whenever I can. Now it's all gone. It's not, we'll relocate you or compensate you for 90 days. It's straight, we need your space. You have 30 days to leave. I don't know what to do. I've been searching for a place like this for 3 years. I just put everything into this, all my time. You know how it goes. The portal to me is not just my art studio and where I make a living. It was everything to me. I would get another studio space before I find a place to live. Anytime, all the time, every time. I'm still in shock. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do. Here we go again. Support me if you want to. I really appreciate everybody. I'm just I didn't get wiped out by the hurricane itself, but the company that's doing the hurricane relief. I mean, there's enough space for everybody. Put the dumpsters in the, companies don't send products for your tax break. I don't know. I'm just going to stop. I don't know. It's just so crazy. I don't know. I'm going to document the next month or so process of what I'm doing, when I know what I'm doing, just telling y'all updates, I guess. I can't believe I got pushed out by FEMA. Y'all.
You have people in the comments suggesting that he should lawyer up. He should not move out. And man, I definitely understand and resonate with that sentiment right there. Somebody also said that's some more of that FEMA help right up under this. Yeah, man, this is devastating. This is very, how do I say, it's inhumane in a way. You got people who need aid and you're literally denying the opportunity of that being able to happen. Now what I want to know is the landlord evicted him or FEMA. I don't know the power or the extent in which FEMA has to evict him. I think, obviously he's saying the situation at hand led to this. And either way, I think he needs to get an attorney if he's been wrongfully evicted, for sure, because what's happening is wrong. I'm not trying to take up for nobody when I was saying that, by the way, because the government is not your friend, man. And right now we're saying that they're not here to help. Somebody said, so evil. I just heard a piece on NPR where they were talking about people and misinformation. They didn't even mention any specific rescue or help efforts. Sad. Now, look, FEMA is denying relief funds, according to this post, to ordinary citizens while spending $2 million on promoting Trans Visibility Day. Check this out.
I'm officially mad. Stop saying this is misinformation because it's not. So I applied for FEMA. Look, you're registered with FEMA. The damages reported did not meet the required conditions to refer you to the Individuals and Households program. So denied. I applied for food because all the food in my fridge went bad when we lost power. And I applied for my windshield on my car because a tree branch hit it and cracked it. I applied on Saturday. Milton came through, was finished on Thursday. I applied Saturday when they put it up there on FEMA that you could apply. By Sunday, yesterday, I was denied. Nobody called me, asked me questions, nothing like that. Not to mention the neighbor across the street who's in a wheelchair. A tree fell on her house and she's staying with her sister. And she's on oxygen. She applied and got denied. Also, Find, Feed, and Restore, which is around here, which I may be moving into until I can find a stable apartment, sent a busload of food and people to go feed the first responders down south when the hurricane was about to hit. And FEMA stopped them, made them turn around and come back, and took half of their supplies, meaning their water, the food, everything they were going to distribute. This is not a lie, y'all. This is happening here in Florida. I'm talking to people with my own mouth, seeing them tell me this, and I got denied. I just showed you. For food and a windshield. And they didn't even call me to say, oh, we need to come out and look. Can we get some more information? I'm not eligible to be pushed through to talk to anybody. So this is really happening. Don't let the news lie to you. This is not misinformation. It's happening.
According to DC Drain, though, make sure y'all follow him. It says FEMA is apparently confiscating. I'm sorry, give me a second, y'all. Doing too much. FEMA is apparently confiscating donated supplies in North Carolina. Mind you, what you just seen in the previous clip was going on in Florida. We know in these two different areas, it's been really bad. A 53-foot tractor trailer filled with winter supplies was delivered to Two Door Baptist Church in Elks Park in North Carolina on Sunday. Now FEMA has confiscated those baby diapers and food supplies and prohibited future donations. Can I explain, FEMA? Somebody wrote this, Kenneth Rice says, can't believe what our government is doing. We just delivered 2 loads of donated supplies to Two Door Baptist Church in Elks Park, North Carolina on Sunday. No, the contact person called me because we were doing another 53-foot tractor trailer load of winter supplies and said FEMA confiscated the supplies and not to bring more. Hundreds of people donated, and we sent a 53-foot tractor trailer there because it was in need help in getting this out and help stop the socialists. This is really disheartening. You have people who are in need, people who need help, people who need aid, people who have no, in some cases don't even have anywhere to rest their, a roof over their head. They have family, babies, and to hear this level of lack of human, I'll just word it and phrase it exactly like that, is really, it's really disheartening, man. These are the people we're supposed to depend on. This is what our government, this is what our tax dollars are supposed to be used for. This is the reason why we pay our taxes. This is the reason why FEMA gets the funds to be able to handle disasters. And just for y'all the American people to now take it in their own hands and for y'all to confiscate those supplies and y'all, yeah, that's different, man. Somebody said FEMA is supporting BlackRock and Vanguard in their efforts to X off the legitimate landowners in the areas they want to mine lithium. Even the inspectors FEMA sends in before agreeing to loan the $750 are employees of BlackRock and Vanguard subsidiaries. Yeah. Right up under it, FEMA needs to be defunded. I was about to say, they talking about defund the police. Nah.
That's number one. Number two is, if you're reading about FEMA online and wondering if they're really a pain in the tail, I can confirm it is true. I tried to send in a pallet of chainsaws 2 days ago, and we had to divert it somewhere away from FEMA because they wanted to confiscate. FEMA, those ain't your chainsaws. Our mountain people are much better with them than y'all are, although I'm sure there's some very fine people that work for FEMA. I'm talking about the organization. But those saws need to be in the hands of the guys on ATVs down in the holler and up on these trees where there are blocked roads where we can get access to our neighbors who are still stranded. This is not a one-time little 5-minute storm. There are people that we have not gotten to yet, and we want to get to them. That's why those chainsaws are up there. So fine, we're going to go around you, FEMA, and don't try to get in the way of North Carolina mountain people and when we are trying to take care of each other. You should also know I had a shipment trying to go in last night that got stopped because somebody wanted to inventory it. So we diverted that one elsewhere to get it into the hands of an apartment complex of seniors that have been neglected. So thank you to the friend of mine who alerted me to that complex and to the other friend who took this load up. And by the way, got to spend the night at the apartment of somebody who was just willing to help out. The biggest thing you have to know here is that neighbors are looking after neighbors. And when FEMA's in the way, don't think you're going to stop us, because that's basically like a Satan roadblock, and God will find a way because God always wins. The other thing I want y'all to know is that we do have support from all over the country. We've got NYPD, fire departments, we've got linemen and emergency personnel, and we in North Carolina are very grateful that you have chosen to come help us. So thank you to them, but boo to the government agencies that want to get in the way. And by the way, got to add one more thing. The announcement today that this little tiny piddling amount of money is going to go to people impacted by this storm. Are you kidding me? I told y'all before, you cannot eat money or drink money. Why are we not seeing massive supply drops come in? And I mean massive. The government is run by my taxpayer dollars and your taxpayer dollars. They are a net consumer, not a producer. So whatever they're throwing out there comes from me. As a taxpaying citizen, DC, quit trying to buy us off, because you can't buy us for $750 anyway. How about you send in the water we need, send in some ATVs, send in some more chainsaws and fuel, and let us take care of our people and get out of the way, because Western North Carolina is going to pull through this, whether you get in our way or not.
I wonder whatever happened to the sheriff that said that he was going to start arresting FEMA. Anyhow, outside of that, this is... There's really no context that I can add to this to provide any relief. Unfortunately, what we're seeing take place here is really, really vile and vicious on the American citizens. And I have to say, though, we have to give credit to us, the American people, the neighbors, and everybody who's willing to band together to try to build, all the pieces that they can back together and, start anew. Especially in a time like this, man. Just stay prayed up for them, y'all, because I'm just here reporting what's being said and trying to deliver y'all the good news, man. But God is definitely working. We gotta stay prayed up.